Students, in this video we are going to see force on a current carrying conductor in a magnetic field. With the help of this activity, we have to see how the current carrying conductor exerts a force in a magnetic field. See this diagram. In this diagram, the cardboard and the wire both are perpendicular to each other. Connect the wire in such a way that the current flows up the wire. Now switch on the circuit, the current flow in the circuit. Place a magnetic compass needle on the cardboard and mark the position of the deflection in the needle. Now move the magnet from that point and mark the new position of deflection of the magnetic compass. Likewise, move the magnet and mark the new position until we reach the end. Now join all the points. When we join all the points, you will find that it is a circle. Now reverse the direction of current. How can we reverse the direction of current? By changing the polarity of the battery. By changing the polarity of the battery, the direction of the current will reverse. Now you will find that the magnetic circles are clockwise. In previous case, the magnetic circles are anti-clockwise. In this case, the magnetic circles are clockwise. When we change the polarity of the battery, the magnetic circles are clockwise. From this activity, we know that the current carrying conductor exerts a force on the compass needle. Do you know about this scientist? He is H.A. Lorentz. He was born at Arnhem, the Netherlands on July 18, 1853. He entered the University of Leiden in 1870. Obtained his BSc degree in mathematics and physics in 1871. In 1875, at the early age of 22, he obtained his doctor's degree. From the start of his scientific work, Lorentz took it as his task to extend James Clerk Maxwell's theory of electricity and of light. In 1878, he published an essay on the relation between the velocity of light in a medium, density, and the composition theory. We know that when a charge moves in a conductor, it constitutes a current. A conductor carrying moving charges is placed in a magnetic field other than the direction of magnetic field will also experience a force and produce a motion in the conductor. That is, when we place a charge, when the charge moves in a conductor, it constitutes a current. A conductor carrying moving charges, that is, a conductor is placed in a magnetic field other than the direction of magnetic field will also experience a force and produce a motion in the conductor. From this, H.A. Lorentz found that a charge moving in a magnetic field in a direction other than the direction of magnetic field experiences a force. It is called the magnetic Lorentz force. What is called magnetic Lorentz force? It is a charge moving in a magnetic field in a direction other than the direction of magnetic field experiences a force. It is called a magnetic Lorentz force. That is, a charge in a magnetic field produces a force. In which direction? Other than the direction of the magnetic field. Do you know about the scientist Michael Faraday? He was a British scientist who is known as the father of electromagnetic induction. He was born on 22 September 1791 in Newton, England. His father was a poor blacksmith. Faraday worked as a laboratory assistant at the Royal Institute. He worked in the field of glass and steel analysis of chemicals. In 1820, Oersted discovered that when electric current passes through a conductor, produces magnetic field. This prompted Faraday to investigate whether a magnetic field can generate electricity. He started his experiment and discovered the process of electromagnetism. He made the first dynamo in 1831. In 1821, Michael Faraday discovered that a current carrying conductor gets deflected when it is placed in a magnetic field. See the diagram. Here the current carrying conductor, see the first diagram, a current carrying conductor is placed in a magnetic field. So in this figure we can see the magnetic field of the permanent magnet. Now see the second diagram, a conductor carrying moving charges is placed in a magnetic field, and then in a second diagram it experiences a force and produce motion in the conductor. See that the conductor is bending, so it produces a motion. So it experiences a force and produce motion in the conductor. Now see the last diagram. Here the force produced by the magnetic field changes, so the conductor produce motion in the opposite side. When the direction of magnetic field changes, then the direction of motion also changes. So this diagram shows that the magnetic field is perpendicular to the direction of the current. These are the magnetic field lines due to permanent magnet. So see here, this diagram shows that the magnetic field is perpendicular to the direction of current. Now the lines are there between north and south pole. These are the magnetic field lines due to permanent magnet. Here the circle represents the field due to current carrying conductor. Now in this diagram, a conductor carrying moving charges placed in a magnetic field other than the direction of magnetic field will experience a force and produce motion in the conductor. That is, when we place a current carrying conductor in a magnetic field, it produces a force. So here the circle will produce a force other than the direction of the magnetic field. So here, see here the direction of current into the page and field due to current carrying conductor. So here the direction of the magnetic field and the direction of the current both are perpendicular to each other. Now if a current I is flowing through a conductor of length L kept perpendicular to the magnetic field B, then the force F experienced by it is given by the equation F is equal to ILB. From this equation we can understand that the force is proportional to current I, length L, and then magnetic field B. The force is directly proportional to the current I of the conductor, the length of the conductor L, and then the magnetic field. So the equation is F is equal to ILB. Now what is the value of the force if the conductor is perpendicular to the magnetic field? See here, when the conductor is perpendicular to the magnetic field, the force will be maximum. That is, when the conductor and magnetic field both are perpendicular, the value of the force is maximum. What happens if the conductor and magnetic field are parallel to each other? That the conductor and magnetic field are parallel, then the force will be zero. When the conductor is parallel to the magnetic field, the force will be zero. We already know that the force is always a vector quantity. We already studied. Force is a vector quantity having both magnitude and direction. In the formula F is equal to ILB, we can find out the value for force. That is, the force is maximum or the force is zero. Then what about the direction? How can we find out the direction? The direction is often found using Fleming's left hand rule. This rule was formulated by the scientist John Ambrose Fleming. The law states that while stretching the three fingers of left hand in perpendicular manner, see the hand, three fingers are perpendicular to each other, the direction of the current is denoted by the middle finger of the left hand. So the middle finger points the direction of current. And the second finger is for direction of magnetic field. Second finger is direction of magnetic field. Then the thumb represents the direction of the force or movement of the conductor. Thumb shows the direction of the force. So we have to stretch the three fingers mutually perpendicular to each other in our left hand. In that, the direction of current is denoted by the middle finger of the left hand. And then the second finger is for the direction of magnetic field. And then the thumb is denote the direction of the force or movement of the conductor. So state Fleming's left hand rule. It is an important question. Fleming's left hand rule and right hand rule both are important. So Fleming's left hand rule states that while stretching the three fingers of left hand in perpendicular manner with each other, if the direction of the current is denoted by the middle finger of the left hand and the second finger is for direction of magnetic field, then the thumb of the left hand denotes the direction of the force or movement of the conductor. Thank you, students.